Hello everybody, welcome back to From Rhythm to Algorithm. We continue on with our derivation, looking for the stabilizing syllability of sensorality. Sensorality is scarcitality. Special is scarce, right? Should make immediate sense. Scarce force, scarce fierce. Scarce is rare. So again, now for more explanation on these dichotomistic pairs, again, words, right? It's just connecting the syllability, the sound, to these chunks of letters. Scarce is rare. Consistency, ostensibly. Sensorality is ostensibilitality. Right, ostensibilitality is ostensibly. And so now we have logical chronology, right? You can't have a modification of a base word until you establish the base. And so, because we've proven that ostensibly, right, that ly, there's a hyphen in there, and so something can't be like ostensible if it's not ostensible, or like we haven't established what it is. Worth pointing out, but again, logical nuance you probably don't see. Senselessness, soreness. That was on the last episode. Generalized. Sensorality is sense or solicitousness. Just thinking senselessness, that SE part. Senselessness, needlessness. Senselessness is needlessly, right? There it is. There's needle sly, needlessly. That's where it connects. Needles sly. Redundancy is repetitive. Redundancy is senseless, right? Sense produces meaning. If it's redundant, you're just saying the same thing over and over again, which we are kind of doing here at some of these parts, right? We're just iterating the linguistics to match with the logic, or to match with the physics directly. Redundancy is repetitive. Redundancy is senseless. Sensorality, spelled with a C, is senselessality, right? If you can't sense something, and that's our functional definition of sensorality with a C. With the proven spelling, it will be on your screen. But again, the final definition or inversion or iteration will resolve all of this, the spelling stuff, and you guys can't follow along with it. Serality is celestality. Celestality is celestial. Sensorality is celestiality. Sensorality is stiality. Just celestiality. Celestiality is stellarity. Right? That's a natural definition. Just two different words that represent stars. Right? Celestial is stellar. Special is stellar. Sensorality is stellar. Stellar is special. Sameness is closeness. Sensorality is closeness-ality. So when we're deriving, we're getting closer to sameness, right? We're showing this fundamental differentiation, so we're uniterating all of this logic to show where this syllability came from and where it goes. Sensorality. Sensorality is closeness-ality. Sensorality is senessality. Closeness-ality is similaritality. I get it, like a lot of the word forms are like, but again, these are the word forms that are already present. You just use the forms of these words that have already been reduced, or again, have frequency of use, have context in which they're applicable. Right? And all of this ality, it's just generalization of the base words to linguistic completeness. It doesn't provide new meaning. It's just consistent with conjugation. Sensorality is similaritality. What is consistency to resistance? So now we have fundamental physical thing, same sound, same base, clear logical difference. Consistency, resistance. Immediately want to say they're inversely proportional. If you do something consistently, you get less resistance. If something is made of the same material, if I have a big block of iron, and it doesn't really matter the answer, just again posing the question, showing the connection logically. But consistency, resistance, what's the relation? But another thing, right, gravity always points down. That's another, I don't even know what I want to call it, but like just a chunk, to me it would be a theorem. It'd just be a theorem, but again in this totality of logic, not just, the green towel theorem over here. I mean, it's like, it's preserved logic that's correct. But gravity, linguistically, conceptually, is viscosity, the resistance to velocity, the resistance to movement. And so how does the phrasing gravity always points down relate to gravity is viscosity? But viscosity always resists movement, is the mapping of that sentence. Consistency is relentless. Sensorality is relentless. And look at that word, relent. What are we relenting? But sensorality relents. Relentless, restless. Sensorality is restless, right? Always got to be moving, right? Life is literally restless. Restless, listless. The opposite of living is resting, right? Oh, I'm going to sleep when I die, dude. And so we have all of these phrasing. Again, everyone speaks in fundamental ontology all of the time, and all of these expressions are like relating back to these concepts that we've now proven linguistically and completely. Another phrasing, we're living it up. We're living, it is what it is up. But again, we're connecting cliches. There's no uniqueness to realization, right? Anybody can understand how the world around them works. It's like saying, I can walk, so therefore you can't. I know how to breathe, so therefore you don't. When it's the opposite. It's like we all have the same form, we're all functioning on the same sentience. It gets trained, that differentiates our skill sets. But, right, last time we derived, but consistency is key. Shout out DJ Khaled. Another one, a major key. But, again, a social phenomenon that went viral, that again, DJ Khaled came up with, but already connects the logic. Again, we're just deriving cliches, and cliches are just representations of realizations that everybody knows is true to some extent. They're cliches because they're true, right? There's a lot of truth to some rumors, or all rumors have some truth. It's all kind of the same awareness. But consistency is key. Shout out to DJ Khaled. Key is essential, right? In the way that phrase was used, it was like a key to success, right? He would even put it on all of his social media posts. DJ Khaled, a major key, and then it would be a picture of a key to success. It's kind of the verbiage he would use. But key is essential is vital, speciality is vital. And so we're working in sensorality with a C, sensorality with an S, speciality. Those are our big linguistic representations, and we're finding some sort of opposition, inversion, differentiation to solidify what is sensorality. We are running out of letters. It has to be getting somewhere close. And all of this senselessness, all of these S's and C's flying around, I mean, the forms of the words are right there. Regardless, my rights continue to be violated. It is profound and extensive stress. I have very literally been tortured since I've been forming memories. That is not an exaggeration. That is not a joke. I have simply begged for enough money to eat properly, to sleep properly, and to do my work. And the answer has been no. So I point that out in every video. There's nobody to call, there's nowhere to go, there's nothing to do, and just nobody cares. So I want the entirety of the future to know, complete is entire, that nobody alive today besides myself personally is doing anything beneficial to society. They have caused profound and extensive detriment, and to legally and lawfully punish them to the fullest extent. No leniency, no questions, no negotiations. This isn't, I'm going to threaten a lawsuit and then, I just want a little bit of money. You're going to pay me every penny you owe me, which you can't, so we're going to have to figure something out there, and then you're going to go to fucking prison. That's the end. What happens to me is irrelevant. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.